Hey, what's up, guys? I'm back, and Enes Kanter just went to the Portland Trailblazers from the Knicks, and I honestly think this was a good transaction for the Portland Trailblazers. Nothing too special. He's a very good, solid big man. Offensively, you know what he brings to the table. You know defensively, he's not the greatest big man to have, but I think overall, this was a good addition to the team. So what he brings you, you already know he's going to be a good offensive rebounder, a good low post kind of big man. He's a very good finisher. I think it goes underrated for how well he finishes, as he uses his body very well since he's a big man. He uses it very well when it comes to finishing, which helps him basically. And I honestly do think he's a better finisher than Nurkic, which can benefit the team having a good player like that come off the bench. Now, I do know that his defense isn't that good, and his pick and roll defense, we already know it's just not very good. But I do think if there was one team that could, I guess, say hide it, I guess that's the best way to put it. Hide it, it'd be the Portland Trailblazers. And the reason why I'm saying that is because their style of defense is more known for let the guards get over the screen, as in fight over the screen, and the big man sags down instead of like a hard hedge too. They kind of just dare the player to take the mid-range 17 to 20 footers. And I think it's not like it's a bad game plan. They're a solid defensive team. It's not like they're bad or anything. And I don't know. There's just something about this defense that seems to work because the game plan that the coach puts in play seems to be working very well. And you can see, they're not like they have a bunch of defensive studs on the team. They have Al-Farouq Aminu. They have Zach Collins to a degree. They're pretty solid defenders, but like Damian Lillard, CJ McCollum, Harkless, Seth Curry, Rodney Hood, they're not like your typical defenders that you would want putting on your best players, things of that nature. And the fact that they're able to be a solid defensive team shows that the game plan's working. It'll be pretty interesting to see what kind of lineup these guys run because the Portland Trailblazers don't really have much shooting big man outside of Myers Leonard, who really isn't all that great anyways. He's a solid shooter, pick and pop, catch and shoot kind of guy, but that's basically all he brings. And then you have Enes Kanter, Nurkic, and Zach Collins, who just aren't shooting big men. And for me personally, I just don't think you can bench Zach Collins when I do believe that he can be their future big man. And I just don't see them, I guess, benching him. But if Enes Kanter does do very well for this team, and you already know what Nurkic brings to the table, but if he does well for this team, I do think it'll force them to have to limit Collins' playing time because although Collins is a better defender, the Trailblazers, he's just a better offensive player, and the Trailblazers need that. As when it comes playoff time, it's kind of weird because if CJ McCollum and Damian Lillard, or if one of them at least, is not doing well, they're more than likely not going to win, especially in playoffs. As you saw last year, Drew Holiday shut Damian Lillard down and basically just swept him. It was bad, and I just think that he brings more on offense that will help the team more, if that makes sense. Overall, I think Enes Kanter is just a solid big man. He's not the greatest defender, yes, but I do think he brings more to the offensive side than Zach Collins and Nurkic. And yes, I do think that he's a better screen setter than Nurkic, which will help McCollum and Lillard a lot more when he comes off of pick and roll, because you already know Damian Lillard's that kind of player. He likes shooting threes. He'll come off the pick and roll and just jack up some threes, and he's a very good player too. CJ McCollum's more of the mid-range type guy. He's still a good three-point shooter, don't get me wrong, but he's more like a mid-range type of guy, and it seems like that's what he prefers more, and that'll definitely benefit him having Enes Kanter setting them good screens and stuff like that. Now, when it comes to playoffs, it's going to be kind of interesting to see how this team does because for me personally, I just can't trust this team when it comes to playoffs. I do think this is just a disappointing team, and maybe it's just last year, but like it's just me personally, because you can't rely on anyone else to step up other than Damian Lillard and McCollum. Because if one of them doesn't do well, it just doesn't seem like it'll go well for this team. I mean, for God's sakes, Nick Stauskas was lighting it up at the beginning of the year and giving him good bench minutes. And, I mean, I'm not going to say he's complete trash. I do think he has a place in this NBA, but it's just like he's not a reliable player, if that makes sense. And it'll be interesting to see who will step up for this team, which is why I think Enes Kanter is a good addition for this team, because he'll bring more offensive game, which will help everyone else out. Alright guys, that's it. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Turn on notifications. And that's my bad, I haven't posted in like 5 days. I've had a lot of stuff going on and I was sick for a couple days as well. But I'll definitely be back on that daily grind, or at least once every other day kind of thing. And if you guys have any video suggestions, just leave a comment down below. I'm going to start doing my MVPs soon. I'm thinking of doing it one video at a time on each MVP, but I'll see. But you guys leave a comment down below what you guys want me to talk about, and I'll see you guys next time.